just looking back slightly before we look forward again after that game. It's been a great satisfaction for you. What were you managing to do against QPR that you weren't achieving against Coventry, do you think? Is there one key thing?
An extra player, which helps, I suppose. No, I think we were ruthless in front of goal, with our chances and the way we created the chances and finished the opportunities. I thought we were really ruthless and clinical in forward areas, which was great to see, and we were similar in Norwich as well. And it's what we've been threatening to do for some time. Funny old game, really, because I thought we've played probably a lot better than what we did the other night for the most part of the season, and not quite got the rewards for it. So sometimes it works that way, But so we're not getting carried away by thinking everything was fantastic the other night, because there's things we can improve. But delighted with the result, delighted with the way we had to defend at times, delighted with the way we finished the game off. It was still a good night for us.
It wasn't all smooth going, I know, but looking at some of the passing and the movement and the goals, there were times when it looked like the confidence was just coursing through the team. What was the difference? Had you had,
no difference. We've played like that. We've played like that pretty much every week. So goals can kind of change the perception about things, but it didn't change anything. Honestly, it was as I've said. You win games, you draw games, you lose games. Sometimes the performance and how well you're playing, the confidence levels doesn't get altered by a goal here or there. And I've been largely really, really pleased with the boys, the way we've played, and that doesn't change massively because we've won the game the other night that as well as we did. As I said, we've probably played better at times and not got the results. That's football.
It must be good though to be able to bring two players off the bench and see them both, well, three, one for the own goal, but three players off the bench and they're all featuring well, and then 2 goals from those substitutes.
Yeah, I was particularly pleased with the way we finished the game, actually, because with being 2-0 and then them getting 1 goal back, I thought we've seen it before. It can be quite difficult and challenging, but I thought the boys managed that really, really well, and the boys coming off the bench and settled things down and finished the game really strongly and made a big difference. And in the end, the game looks a lot more comfortable to finish with, and we can enjoy the end of the game a lot more. And so credit to the boys for that, because I thought they made a big difference for us.
Riley McGree was saying, I think, quite a few of the fans on social media, one of the words they've been using is consistency. And he said that's the thing you really need to find now. Do you think that's one of the key ingredients that's still missing?
I think it's always something you strive for. You always want to be getting a level of results that carries you through the season, and for sure, we haven't results-wise, we haven't been consistent enough. I think performance-wise, we've been very good for the most part, as I said, and that's always the challenge. It takes you through the season and getting results more often, and that's what's in front of us. We got another game Saturday, and it's another big one for us. So we'll take it one step at a time.
So yeah, you're back now just under the playoff positions, and you're up against one of those teams in that congested zone, all on 15 points, I think. So any particular threats that Luton will carry, any particular care you've got to...
Oh yeah, Luton's a really, really good team. They've got a lot of threats. They were competing fantastically well in the Premier League only a few months ago with a very similar team in a very similar way, and so we've got to respect that a lot for the game, the type of game it's going to be, the threats, the quality that they pose in certain areas. So yeah, we're fully aware of the test that's coming for us.
I remember you talking about this kind of theme just before the Coventry game, and lo and behold, they were struggling, but they put 3 past you. So clearly, you've got to be on your guard in all kinds of ways.
Yeah, that's the league. I mean, that's how it is. You've seen this week some of the results that's happened. It can happen. It will happen again at some point. But I think we understand what the level of teams are when you play to certain weeks. Coventry, we knew going into the game they were strong. Certainly Luton's that, as I said, they were competing fantastically well in the Premier League not long ago, and individuals that done themselves a lot of credit in that league and still playing, so we know what we're up against.
You made the point before, and it's been asked before, that the idea that one defeat, one win either way can make the table look very differently. Are you pleased with where you are at this stage?
I think I'm pleased the way we're playing, yeah. where we are at this stage, it's about points, collecting points to give ourselves a chance. Really, I'm not jumping in if we win this week, what it's going to look like. If we don't win, what it's going to. I ain't going to get you anywhere. It's just a waste of energy, to be honest. At this stage, it's about consistency, trying to put performances together over a long period of time, and that's not changing whether we've won in midweek or not. We believe we're trying to do things in a certain way that we want to work for us, and really that's the important part.
You've been around a long while, you've been there, done all of that. But to some of the players, does it make a psychological difference if they're just inside the playoff zone at this stage of the season, or is it really not something they ever talk about?
We've not talked about it at all, and I've not heard the players talking about it. I think it goes without saying, if you're winning games and you're picking up points and you're scoring goals, then it gives you a good feeling, but we don't get head up about it or make a big deal of it. It doesn't affect what we talk about or how we approach the game. There's a natural, maybe extra little something that you take from it, but not maybe as much as you might think. Because
there's a lesson there, isn't there? Because a lot of fans quite naturally, they're on a high one week and then suddenly, everything's going wrong again the next when there's a defeat. But you're there smoothing out those emotions. Does that happen as a matter of course, or is that a culture you've brought to this club?
I don't think it's a culture I've brought. I think it's just you're going up and down. We got to perform every day and every week, and the players especially. And if you're getting caught up emotionally so much extreme every week, it's a roller coaster. It just saps your energy and takes it out of you. And we got a lot of months ahead to have to perform and win games. So we feel it's the best way of going about it. I'm not saying supporters can't, because that's part of the emotion and the passion and love and support for a club and loving why the game is the game. So I think you've got to enjoy the wins and move on from the losses.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Yeah, one of the other issues I think is home form. Is there a reason why results haven't been better?
There's always a reason, yeah, but I think performances for me have largely been pretty good, and it's something we want to improve on without doubt. We want more points from our home games, and we got to get back to doing that.
Just picking up on that, Michael. I mean, with the reasons, can you look at any kind of particular trends or things that are happening at home that maybe aren't happening away for not getting as many points as you do?
Not particularly the way the games have gone. I think largely we've been a better team. I think we didn't start particularly well the other day for one of the first times, but other than that, within the game we've been good most of the time. Earlier on, a little bit about scoring goals, maybe taking the chances, but I think the boys have shown that and they've got a feeling and confidence back for that, whether it happens this week or not. But I think you can see the way the boys are playing that there's a dangerous feel about us, and we feel we can score goals, which is great to have, and to do it the way we have over the last couple of weeks will give the lads a lot of confidence.
Obviously it would have been a kind of late arrival back on Teesside after Tuesday night, and then an early kick-off on Saturday. Do those two factors change kind of preparations for this one?
Tuesday, Saturday, you're fine. Loads of time in between that. So there's an element of as a week in the build-up and where players are at and how much football they've played, for sure that goal. But in terms of a Tuesday and a Saturday, there's plenty of time to recover.
And speaking of that, how's Neto after Tuesday night?
Yeah, we're still looking at him really. He was ill over the weekend and it carried over into Tuesday. So we'll just have to see how he is over the next day or two, really going into the game.
Yeah, obviously under-21s played last night. If Neto wasn't able to make it, I know you've previously shown a lot of trust in young George. We spoke about at the time the West Brom moment. I mean, would that be something where you kind of have no hesitation without giving away the team? Like, you'd have no...
You're asking to give away the team? We'll have to see. Obviously, we'll have to see. We've got Bill. Call him Bill. Luke played really well when he went left back the other night, and George is an option. So yeah, of course, it's something that we need to think about.
Yeah. Apart from Neto, did the rest of the squad kind of come through?
Yeah, everyone was fine.
Yeah. On Tommy, sorry. Obviously, 4 games now, 4 starts as a striker, having previously played in the kind of role behind the striker. I mean, 3 goals, a lot of positives in his performances in general. You must be delighted with how he's done since coming back.
Yeah, he's done really well. Obviously a bit of setback with his injury, and then come back really strongly from that. And yeah, I think he's like a number of the players, to be fair, finding the rhythm, finding that level of sharpness, that extra little bit of edge in terms of the chances, and looking dangerous. So yeah, definitely really happy with Tommy at the moment.
Yeah, and I mean, as we say, you used him in the kind of role behind the main striker initially. Is that something that you still see as an option, or is that more just?
Yeah, for sure, it's an option. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and because obviously you've got Manu as well, who twice now come off the bench and scored goals, and he obviously won't want to be a kind of impact sub. But that gives you good options, doesn't it? That kind of gets the.
Yeah, we got really good options, and at times there'll be a little bit where to adapt and play different roles maybe. But we got good options. We're feeling for different games, different strengths, different attributes, different combinations. That's just something we'll go through the season. We'll need it as we go through the season. It's not about just starting it or not starting. It's and over time that'll prove to be the case,
Yeah, but I guess the ideal scenario for you at the moment is, if you're looking to say getting Manu or Mike or whoever into the starting 11, the actual players who are there at the moment are giving you a headache in terms of not surrendering that.
Yeah, I think just in general, I think the boys are playing well. They're in good shape. Whoever's started, whoever's finished the game, I think in general we're in good shape with that. So it gives us good choices, good decisions to make. And again, from game to game, that might change depending on the type of game. And we feel that we've got options to be able to do that, which is great. And I spoke about competition before. It's not really competition with each other. We're competing against other teams, So boys will want to play and they want to start games. But the impact the subs made, especially the other day, is huge going through the season, and everyone has to play the part.
Craig just mentioned the 21s there. What incredible night for them last night, in the manner of the win.
Yeah, I thought they played particularly well actually, and pretty much all the way through the game. And unfortunate with the second goal, but I really enjoyed watching them. I thought there were some really good performances last night, and great to see them pull off that towards the end.
Did you go in after and speak to them? And if you did, what was the atmosphere like? Because imagine it was absolutely.
No, I didn't go in. I don't. I stay away from and let Tinks and Craig. That doesn't mean I don't support them at all, but I was there, I enjoyed it, I supported them, and it was interesting to see the boys performing. I thought there was some really, really good performances, so yeah, delighted with them. I thought they deserved to win, they never deserved to be behind, and the longer the game went, to finish that strongly was great to see the boys so happy.
And obviously, hopefully, a lot of those lads go on and play the first team, go and have great careers, but kind of regardless of what happens in their career now, like nights like that will always stay with them, won't it?
Yeah, I mean, when you're coming through and you're developing them type of nights, they do. They're playing at a stadium and a game that means that little something different to what they used to. I think that's part of gaining the experience. That's why I think these type of nights and competitions are a great kind of way of bridging that gap a little bit. And I thought the boys responded really well. Not easy to go behind in the way they did, but I was really impressed with them last night.
Just ask about Ben. I know we've talked a lot about him, but there was an interview Kieran did, I think, with BBC in the summer, where he'd said that you'd gone to him early in the summer and said, if we can sign Ben, I'd love him here. What was it about him that you particularly loved and wanted? Why were you so keen to work with him?
I think he's just he's at an age where he's desperate to do well. He's desperate to improve. He's obviously his attributes. I think we can see what he brings, and his assets really, and how he plays the game. And I just thought it was something that would suit us, and playing in a team like us, but hopefully would suit him. So it kind of seemed to be a good match.
When did you first become aware of him then, or watch him?
I don't know, just over time really. I don't know an actual exact date, but I think it's just over time and being aware of him and hearing things about him, and then obviously over the summer as it developed, it was we're always, as I said to you all summer, we're looking to see what pops up. Sometimes it's planned, sometimes it's not, and when the opportunity came, we tried to make the best of it, and so we're delighted to have him. I think he's done great. He's settled in really well. He's still so young and still learning and still developing physically as much as anything. So we still got to be careful with him, but enjoying watching him at the moment. I think you can see he's playing with a lot of confidence and looks really dangerous.
And I know obviously we talked a lot about loan signings and maybe the dangers of signing too many, like a couple of years ago, and kind of what happens at the end of that. But they can be game changers, can't they, in the Championship? There's countless examples of top-end young players, mainly from the Premier League, who've come down, maybe at the stage that Ben's had, and had a real impact at this level. Yeah,
it's something that as a club we try to exploit that as much as we can with getting the balance right and learning what worked for us before, what hasn't worked for us, and it's not an exact science by any stretch, and you feel if you're going to bring players in on loan, then you want them to make an impact in the right areas and do it in the right way as well, and there's so many things that come together in terms of the younger players' development and the two clubs and what's right for everyone concerned, and so it's not always easy, as simple as to just to make that decision and put it together, but it's definitely part of it where you can make gains, and we feel we've done that so far.
And just as about Dan Barlaser, I'd imagine he probably hasn't played as much football as he'd like since he signed, but what's he been like behind the scenes, and how is he as a character? How important is he in the squad?
He's fantastic, Dan. He's one of the personalities in the group. He's every day in training he's there. His personality, he's smiling, he trains well, his attitude's well, his quality is there. It's pretty obvious what quality he has. But yeah, he's a big part of the group, Dan, and has a massive influence, and really pleased with everything he's doing at the moment. Yeah, he probably wants to play a little bit more. The boys who have played ever so well in there, so that's part of the challenge of being in a good squad with good players, but he's delighted with him. The way he goes about it every day and the way he handles himself with his character and his personality, he's absolutely spot on.
It was a difficult situation to manage for you, because with the three maybe that have played ahead of him, or that have been ahead of him maybe this season, it might be hard at times for him to see kind of when the opportunity is going to come, because they have been playing so well. How do you manage your situation?
I think that should be part of a squad, and what we feel is a good squad with good players, and that's how it lies, and but we value Dan a lot. We value everyone in the squad a lot, and I think Dan really enjoys it here, and as well as most of the boys all seem to enjoy it and understand that it's to be involved in what we feel is a good team, and to try and be successful. That's part of it. That the other players are going to be good players, and you're going to have to share the load a little bit. That's the nature of where we're at.
And then last one, just touching on Mark Robbins, that we probably shouldn't be surprised, but I think the general consensus was surprised when he was sacked this morning.
Yeah, it's I just think it's really unfortunate and quite sad to hear, really, for me. I think I know when we've come up against him, we haven't had a great record over the last couple of years, but I have to say the way he's gone about it and the kind of contact I've had with him and spoke to him, he's been fantastic with me. I've been really impressed with him, and so I'm really sorry to see him go. I think he's done an unbelievable job to take them, I think, 7 years there, to go through and to carry them through the experiences and the highs that they've had. So yeah, really sad day, to be honest, because I liked him a lot and still do, but I'm sure he'll be back and successful in some way in the future.
Your second longest serving manager now, which probably just shows like the bonkers business you're in, really.
Yeah, maybe it is. Don't think about it that way, to be honest. I think we're totally focused on keep trying to improve things here and seeing where that can take us. It's the only way to do it. As I said, I'm lucky to be here at a club that backs us in the way they do and so stable. But so yeah, it is when you throw it at me like that. It's a little bit strange, but it's the business, I suppose.